Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.
First things first, I'll start with the verse. Cool sneaks, t-shirt, press play, no rehearse. Chilling in my zone, just trying to make it home to a place where I can go, and I know that I belong. Song after song, turns out I both wrong. Trying to fit in like some cheeks in a song. Knowing I'm meant to stand out, not looking for a handout. Been down and out and turned around, and it don't last for long. And this is my awakening, contouring the reshaping of the person I was and wanted to be. When it all boils down, when I'm left with the thing. And I'm so amazed with what I can do. I'm not afraid to lose. It's my talents that I choose. And you'll be amazed. It can work the same for you. No matter what you're going through, I'm here to say you can do it too. Don't give up on your dreams. God provides for me. Don't give up on your dreams. God provides for me. Sometimes it feels like it ain't gonna be right from the door. Can't fight, don't feel just wanna lay down on the floor. But in times like this, if you had one wish, you'd wish for 30, wish for 30. If it is like this, you will surely miss your opportunity, maybe more. First you gotta seize the day, on the way to finding your way. Make haste, there's no time to play. You'll be okay. And you'll be amazed with what you can do. You're not afraid to lose. It's your talents that you choose. And I'll be amazed with all you can do. It worked for me and you. I'm here to say I wasted it in you. Don't give up on your dreams. God provides for me. Don't give up on your dreams. God provides for me. Mama said, you're a pretty girl. What's in your head? It doesn't matter. Brush your hair, fix your teeth. What you wear is all that matters. Just another stage. Pageant the pain away. This time I'm gonna take the crown without falling down, down, down. Pretty eyes will shine the light on whatever's worth. Perfection is a disease of a nation. Pretty hurts, pretty hurts. Pretty hurts. We shine the light on whatever's worth. You try to fix something, but you can't fix what you can't see. It's a soul that needs a surgery. Blonde hair, flat chest, TV says, bigger is better. South Beach, sugar-free. Vogue says, thinner is better. Just another stage. Pageant the pain away. This time I'm gonna take the crown without falling down, down, down.
We shine the light on whatever's worth. Perfection is a disease of a nation. Pretty hurts, pretty hurts. Pretty hurts. We shine the light on whatever's worth. Try to fix something, but you can't fix what you can't see. It's a soul that needs a surgery. Ain't got no doctor pill to take the pain away. The pain inside in your body frees one from your body. It's my soul that needs surgery. Plastic smiles and denials can only take you so far. Then you break with the fake facade, leaves you in the dark. Left with shattered mirrors and shouts of a beautiful past. Pretty hurts, shine the light on whatever's worth. Perfection is a disease of a nation. Pretty hurts, pretty hurts. Pretty hurts. We shine the light on whatever's worth. We try to fix something, but you can't fix what you can't see. It's a soul that needs a surgery. When you're all alone, all by yourself. When you're lying in your bed and reflection stares right into you. Are you happy with yourself? Strip away the masquerade and the illusion has been shed. Are you happy with yourself? Are you happy with yourself? Yes.
Amen. Come on, sis. Come on. Come on through then. Yes. Amen. Come on, Miss Carolyn.
OMG.
That sent me chills. That gave me chills in her voice.
Yeah. I'm over here like, the words that stood like, and she said this one part, I was waiting for her to say it again, saying, I'm going to pick my crown up. She kept saying, I'm going to pick my crown up. I'm going to pick my crown up because, I had to pull the words up to make sure I understood exactly what they were talking about when they say pretty hurts. Pretty hurts. We shine the light on whatever's worse, right? We trying to fix something, but you can't fix what you can't see.
Yeah.
It's the soul. It's your soul that needs surgery, right? Because there's holes in your soul that need to be repaired. There's holes in your soul that allow you to be hurt. And pretty hurts. Pretty hurts. Pretty hurts. But guess what? We're going to adjust our crown. We're going to pick up our crown and put it on. And we're going to take a look at what it is and fix it. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to fix it. We're going to adjust our crowns today. We're going to fix it. We got some amazing women who are going to come to you tonight, who are going to give you some words on how you're going to adjust your crown. So my name is Carolyn Wilson. I'm the Fearless Magnified Educator. I'm one of two co-hosts tonight, but I wanted to first for us to say a prayer for my sister co-host, Evelyn Lopez, who she may or may not be able to make it later, but right now she's in the ER right now. So we want to lift up a prayer for her for healing and allow her to make it and try to at least come in for the end at some time. So we're going to fix her crown right now, and she is here with us in spirit. And we're going to keep this thing going. So once again, I'm Carolyn Wilson, and I am so excited to be here as one of your hosts. So let me tell you about Evelyn before I talk about me, because she was going to talk about me. I was going to talk about her anyway. So let me tell you about Evelyn, so that way you know who, and when she comes on, you'll know exactly who she is. So she's the CEO of Elevation Fear Not, because we all know you got to fear less until you fear not. And she has a passion to mentor women of all ages. She loves sharing the gospel and telling people how Jesus is the cure of all illness and addictions with her testament that he has already healed her lupus. So even though she's in the ER right now, she's already healed. We name it, we claim it, and decree that she is going to walk out and she's going to be better than the way she walked in. MS, anxieties, and he is the cure to all things because he is the truth. She's originally from Brooklyn, but she resides in Kansas City, Kansas. So let's give it a shout out for my co-host, Evelyn Lopez. Amen. I see you, Sharon. Amen. And so now, who is this one y'all got before you? So this is a person who has been featured on many platforms across the world, including Dr. Oz, as an empowerment motivator and expert. So I'm hoping that I can fill those shoes for you ladies tonight, ladies and gentlemen tonight. So I'm a survivor of sexual child abuse and domestic violence. I'm a best-selling author. I am also an award-winning filmmaker. So I decided to take my story and turn it into something that's fearless. So, and that's why I'm hoping that all of you can do this as we get to adjust our crowns, because I also knew what it was like to have pretty hurt. Okay. Listen, before I even go any further, because there's nothing else to say, but I want to just break these 3 things down for you. So we're going to hear from some amazing women. I'm going to introduce them all individually. But before I do that, I want to break down, you're going to hear the word purpose. You're going to hear the word adjust, but you're going to hear different variations of how to, right? You're going to get the how to, but see, the teacher in me, because I'm the magnified educator, right? The teacher in me has to break down these words for you so you have a basis, so you understand what you're working with at first. So purpose. So purpose is a noun. So it's the reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. Now, if you want to put action to it, see, the noun is the thing. See, but let's put action to it. Right? Because faith without works is what, everybody? Type in the chat if you're watching live, whoever, I know y'all know what it is. Type what it is. Faith without works is what? I don't hear y'all. There you go. I see it. Okay, I see it, Lexi. I see it. That's right. So it's the verb is to have as one's intention or objective. So your purpose has to be intentional. It's intentional. Everything that's divinely for you is intentional. So understand that your purpose is intentional. Guess what? Even when it hurts. So in order to make sure that you are intentional with that, you have to adjust. And let me tell you, adjust is a verb. Once again, we got action. So it's to alter or to move something. Your purpose. Slightly in order to achieve the desired fit. God's fit. Appearance or result. And it's the result, and it's the divine order that God has already placed. Now, it's interesting that I looked up, there's 134 different words that also mean adjust. My God. So I'm just going to give you a few of them. How about this? Modify, alter, regulate, tune up, calibrate, balance, adapt, rearrange, change, rework, revamp, convert. The words keep going. So many words, so many names, but they all mean one thing. Oh, don't that sound familiar? So, so before I go any further, I am going to introduce to you the next amazing speaker who's going to come to you this day. Oh, I'm so excited to hear from her. The word, she's going to bring you purpose. Miss Ira Warren, let me tell you about her. She is an ordained pastor, holistic massage therapist, actress, poet, singer, author, and she's the founder of Molestation Epidemic. Her passion is to serve and to bring awareness of child molestation and domestic violence to her community. Her vision is to make her organization Molestation Epidemic worldwide until every victim's voice is heard. Ira Warren's motto is overcome to because. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you Miss Ira Warren.
I know my crown.
All right, sis. You ready? You ready to give us this purpose?
Is in my kitchen because I am a cook. I love to cook. I begin to bag. And I began to look at that thing. It is he that is in me.
All right, so we got some technical difficulties. We will bring her right back once we get that fixed. So let's see, is she coming back? If not, because purpose is all day, every day. Because we understand we have a
bag,
base.
and
oh, did she not?
I'm sorry.
Purpose.
Are we going in and out?
There you go. You there now, Queen. You good now.
Okay.
Bring it. Bring it.
So as I begin to look at this bag, something else caught my eye on this all-purpose flour. It says all of your baking needs. See, when God gives you a purpose, he's the one that calls you to your purpose. Your purpose is not outside of you. Your purpose is in you. So when God created Adam and Eve, and when he created the sun and the moon and all that good stuff, and he said that it was good, then God began to tell man to take dominion. So when he said to take dominion and be fruitful and multiply, God did not say be seedful and multiply. He said be fruitful and multiply. So it is God that gives us everything that we need. Just like in this all-purpose flour bag, it says for all your baking needs. So God, he will put those things in you. He will instill everything in you that you need so that you may go forth in the ministry that he has called you to. Now, don't get it twisted. Everything that you do here on earth is kingdom. It's kingdom. Bottom line is kingdom. And we are here to glorify God with our gifts. Now, on the flip side of it, God gives us those things so that he may be glorified, but he says supply the need. So if I open up this bag of flour, I am getting ready to meet the need of those who I am assigned to. So when I am assigned to someone, God, like I said, he has given me everything that I need so that he supplied it. He gave it to me. So now it's time for me to open up my gift and give it to others so that I may serve them. And so a lot of times when you're walking in your purpose, you're feeling frustrated. You saying, well, God, I see so-and-so doing this and they doing this and they just climbing and they just doing all the things. It's because you understand your calling. You understand what God has called you to. Because a lot of people, they look outside and they trying to look and they trying to fit in where they can get in. You're trying to find validation. You don't need validation. You don't need for somebody to tell you, oh, this is what you need to do. You don't need nobody to Shabbat you, Sugar Ray Leonard riding in the Hyundai and all of that to tell you what your purpose is. Because God has given you your purpose. He has put it in you to do, whether it's exhortation, whether it's hospitality, whether it's administrator, whether it's feeding the homeless. So God has given everybody what we need. So if you read in the books, I think it's 2 Corinthians, where it talks about how can the hand say to the foot, I don't need you. We are all in the body of Christ working at different functions, but for one purpose, and that's kingdom. So I always tell people I am a kingdom citizen. And then I say this to myself too. You have to ask yourself, are you worthy? Or should I say, should you ask yourself, am I worthy of what God has given me? Because a lot of times people just be like, oh, I'm just going to do this because I'm so worried about success and I'm trying to climb the ladder. God is not worried about your cars, your house, your clothes, your Versace, or whatever it is that you. God is not concerned about that. He is concerned about you doing some kingdom building. He is worried about your character. He is concerned about you ripping and tearing away your flesh, your will, his will, not your desires, but his desires. Because in the book of John, chapter 3, verse 30, it says, Lord, that I may decrease as you increase in my life. So as you move out the way, like the song say, move, get out the way. You ain't gonna say the other word, but it's so true. You got to get out your own way so that God can use you for what you were intended to be here on this earth to do. You are a kingdom citizen. And so that's your purpose. You know, God has given you everything that you need. It says in 1 John 4:4, it says, greater is he that is in me than he who is in the world. And so a lot of times, like I said, you know, we trying to, you know, I'm not putting down the 9 to 5, don't get me wrong, because I had to start somewhere. But the thing about it is, don't get so involved in the things of the world till we forget about what God has called us to do, because we are going to stand before him one day and he's going to say, well, what did you do? Well, what I gave you. Just like the ones with the talents, he gave one, 5, and 1, 10. And the one that had the one, he buried it in the ground. You know, so if you want your gift to make room for you, you're going to have to walk it out. You're going to have to exercise that thing. You're going to have to put in some kingdom work. You're going to have to say, God, okay, give me the blueprint. What is it that you want me to do? You know, because I was one. I'm going to be honest with you. I used to be one to look outside and be like, oh, I think this is what God wants me to do. Oh, I think I should do this. And you got 99.9 things going on and you're a master of none. Like none. I don't care if you can cook, do hair, curl eyelashes, put on eyelashes, whatever it is that you do. But if you have not mastered one of what God has told you to do, then you're just depleting yourself. So then jealousy, envy, and everything else come in because you're too busy looking at everybody else. And I think with purpose, you need to check your posture. Because if your posture is always horizontal, looking at what everybody else is doing instead of being vertical, then you already lost the battle. You already done lost what your purpose is because you're looking at everybody else. So I'm going to say this one last thing and I'm going to get out the way because I know we only got 5 minutes. So it's important that we operate and we function and do the thing that God has called us to do. Because anything outside of that is you. Just like I always tell people, if you got issues and you got things going on in your life, slow that word issue down. Issue. It's you. So you got to slow it down. You got to slow it down so that you can, you know, focus on the purpose, you know, that is at hand. And so I just thank God for just giving me my own revelation of this all purpose. Because see, God said he gives all. He gives us everything that we need. He don't give us some. He don't give us a little bit. He give us all that we need. If he said, I will, you know, he said that he will bless us, you know, abundantly, exceedingly abundantly. He will give us all that we need. So I just encourage you to operate in your gift and God will make room for you. Another thing, keep the value in yourself. Keep the integrity that's within you so that people will come to you. So if you're doing the work and you're making yourself available, you're going to become valuable because people are going to gravitate towards you and they're going to say, you know what is it about her? Oh, her purpose is all things is working together. And like the word of God says, your gifts will make room for you. And that is my take on purpose. Thank you.
Girl, you say move, get out the way, get out the way. Okay. Your purpose. I was jotting a whole bunch of stuff down over here. You know, I was over here going to say, you got to walk it out. Y'all. I know y'all was out there doing it too. I wasn't the only one. Y'all know it. So, but listen, you got to check your posture. I love what she said. And one of the things that I love what Ira always says, is like, it's you. So when you slow down the issues, it's you. But we're so used to putting it on other people. But when you really turn around and you look at yourself, that's where the healing can begin within yourself. I see the snap. There you go. So I'm never going to look at flour the same because all purpose, because everything is already within you. The purpose is within you. You use it for all things. Just like through Jesus, He strengthens you. You could do what? All things. So with all things, we about to learn how to adjust, right? To adjust. And so we're going to bring this amazing queen, Miss Justina Peterson, is going to be the next voice that you hear. But let me tell you a little bit about who's going to grace us today. So a cheerleader for women, a mom, a certified life coach, writer, and now author, Justina Peterson has discovered she has a voice worth hearing and a powerful story worth reading. A graduate of the University of Albany, New York, Justina is the founder of Will Power Tribe. Her goal is to help women shift their self perception and support them in becoming the purposed and successful people they were created to be. She is the CEO of Justina Peterson Associates, a teaching and coaching firm aiming to help individuals become their best selves. Welcome to the virtual stage, Miss Justina Peterson.
Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much. Snap, snap, snap. Ira, oh my gosh, was she phenomenal? Did she bring it or did she bring it?
She brought
I
it.
mean, she was
She
dropping it like
brought it.
it's hot.
She brought it. She brought it all day, every day. I mean, to the point where she made me pull out a piece of
Yeah,
cobalt glass.
I a lot of notes. Yes, I had to take some notes. So Ira, you did your thing, but I know all of the queens that are hitting the virtual stage this evening are all going to do their thing. So I want to thank everyone in advance. Thank you for being a part of this and for having me be a part of this. And Carolyn, you are just absolutely wonderful and great energy and spirit. So you're
Thank you.
perfect for co-hosting. And so, Carolyn, you already touched on it. Adjust, right? To alter or move slightly in order to achieve the desired fit, result, appearance, or outcome. All right. So today, what are we adjusting? What do we need to alter or change to keep going? And if we're not adjusting, then we're stagnant. Then we're staying still. And the purpose in life is to be constantly moving forward. And if we're not moving forward, again, we're being stagnant. So, as Miss Ira Warren had already said before me, it's a heart posture thing. So, when we wake up in the morning before our feet hit the ground, Lord, check my heart posture. Who can I serve and how can I serve? And make sure that my heart posture is in the right place to hear you, to hear the Holy Spirit move and guide me that I may be a better servant, right? Romans 12:2 says, do not be conformed to this world, be transformed by the renewal of your mind. So are you willing and ready to be tested? Are you able to withstand the furnace? Yes, we know you can handle 400 degrees, but can you handle 4,000 degrees? Can you trust that in that furnace that the fourth man, Christ, is going to show up? Because if you're not secure in who you are, if you don't understand that Jesus died for you and that this is really about kingdom building, each one reach one. Okay, so you're up here, who you got to reach back and get 10 others. It's not just enough that you made it through. You have to be constantly building for the kingdom, be constantly reaching back, saying, who can I help? How can I help? And again, check my heart posture. So what do we need to do to adjust for kingdom purpose? Well, behavior is first and foremost, right? So some habits and places, we got to let them go, right? Sometimes we want to hold on to people because we know them for so long. Oh, that's my childhood friend, or I've been with him for 10, 15 years, but just time doesn't mean that they're good for you. Time is not an investment. Have they invested in your mind? Have they invested in your spiritual well-being? Have they invested in God? Do they tithe? Do they understand what it is to walk in kingdom purpose? If they don't, and God has already called you to, again, adjust or change behavior, habits, or places, then you need to do just that. And believe me, cutting a loss might hurt, but it's going to hurt way more holding on to something that God says, all right, let go of, right? So, and your perception in that situation, your perception when God is calling you to cut people off, or your perception in the furnace is going to be how well you deal with it, how you get to the other side. So if you are, oh, well, I'm not going to have another friend to replace that, and your attitude is negative, well, guess what? A negative attitude is certainly going to equal negative results. But if you have a positive attitude, a positive perception, and a positive mindset, in a negative situation, it will always yield positive results. And I'm going to say that one more time. If you have a positive perception in a negative situation, it will always yield positive results. Okay. So you just need to keep that mindset. And Philippians 4:6 says, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will be with you. So trust that if God is calling you to it, he can call you through it. Be willing to let go. Be willing to adjust. Be willing to know that God is going to lift you up to a standard you haven't even begun to think of, right? Well, sometimes we see just God says, you know what, you want to see yourself outside the issue, but I just want to see you preach to the world. That's bigger than any of us could ever imagine, but that's what his plans are for us. So don't be so comfortable and so familiar with the place that you're in that you're not willing to move, that you're not willing to adjust, that you think that where you are is where you're going to be. And if you keep that mindset, then it will be. But I'm confident that, again, when you shift your mindset and your perception, that you get to be elevated to a level that you can't dream of. Of course, you got to go through the furnace. None of us are exempt for that, not even Jesus. But I promise you, it is so worth it. Speaking from firsthand experience, okay? So Isaiah 40:31 says, but they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength and mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they faint in Jesus' name. So don't overstay your welcome. Don't beg and plead people to be in your life. Don't over knock on doors trying to get somebody to notice you or to recognize you or to buy your brand. God said when he's ready, that he'll open doors that no man can shut. When he's ready, he'll open doors that no man can shut. So that means you ain't gonna have to knock on no one's door. You ain't gonna have to beg no man or no woman to stay for the night, stay for the weekend. You're not going to have to bang on the bank's doors to get the grant or the loan money. God said when he's ready, he'll open the doors, that he'll provide the resources that no man can shut. Okay. So be mindful of that, that if you go for a car loan and they say no, that wasn't God. God wasn't in it for a reason. God is setting you up for something bigger. So no doesn't mean, oh, it's never going to happen. It means not right now. Wait on me, son. Wait on me, daughter. I've got something bigger and better planned for you. Okay. So are you in a position to wait? And if not, well, then you're not in a position to win, because winning means you got to wait. Patience and endurance. Okay. And you know, the sound, if you're with somebody 5, 10, 15 years and you've been begging them since day one, marry me, sir, marry me, wife, and they're not ready and they're not making the progression to be ready, guess what? That's not your wife or that's not your husband. Don't force things that aren't meant to be, that are not kingdom, that are not God, because God said you won't have to beg for nothing. I will bring it to your doorstep. I will present it to you, and you will know without a shadow of a doubt that it was me. So if you knocking on these doors and you're begging and you're pleading and you're pouring your heart out, that's not God, because God said there will be peace with what he brings, right? Not crying, not anxiety, and certainly not begging, because begging is not a kingdom behavior, okay? So you worried sick and you're running from here to there and you're wondering, what are you going to do? Leave it up to God. Leave it up to God and be confident that, that he'll do a good thing in you. So what do you need to do to adjust? That is a great question. You got to grow. You got to be willing to grow. You got to be willing to be pressured, to be chastened, right? So pressure does two things. It busts pipes or make diamonds. So either you're going to be a busted pipe or you're going to be a flawless diamond. But either way, you're going to go through the pressure. So I don't know about you. I don't want to be a busted pipe. I want to be a flawless diamond. So I'm just going to say, God, use me, put me through the furnace. So when I come out refined, I am going to be the flawless diamond, perfect gold, but I'm certainly not going to be a busted pipe, because I'm not even leaving any room for that. And so I mean that, and I speak that from my heart. Okay. And so to adjust is being content and grateful with what you are, but understanding that God is calling, right? Just because you have this plate in front of you, because God said that we would have kingdom, and that we would have all of those things in heaven as they should be on earth. So that means we don't have to wait to get to heaven, to have royalty, to have abundance mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and spiritually. God said he would have us have it here on earth. So are you positioning yourself to get the kingdom abundance? Are you listening and heeding to the word of God? Are you heeding to the chastening that God is putting you through in order for you to get to the kingdom abundance? Okay. And are you shifting your mindset? Because if you're not, then of course those things aren't going to be there for you. But when you start to say, I can do this, I'm worth the wait, God is worth the wait, all of those things that you couldn't even imagine or dream of for yourself start to come to fruition. And so, how do you adjust? Great question. Start small. Start with some quiet time, some prayer, some scripture. Be willing to let go. And that is the hardest thing that a lot of people face. We're not willing to let go. We want to hold on. It's ours. We need to be in control. You ever notice when you hold on to a situation, you only make things worse? You only cause more anxiety, more headache. Now you need more pain medication and more this and more alcohol and more sex and all of them. I am a testament to that. That letting go was way easier than holding on. Because when you hold on to a rope sliding the whole way down, you get rope burn on your hands, right? You let go, I'm just going to trust that God is going to carry me and that I can fly. Because no matter what the outcome, God got it anyway. I can force it or I can just let it go. And so, let it go. Spend that time with God. Allow the Holy Spirit to speak to you and allow God to use you. And you will see some incredible things on your journey to adjusting. And so, tell God to speak his desires and his vision into your life, and you will see him move mountains. And pray bold, audacious prayers. Don't say just, oh God, I wish I wasn't sick today. Because sometimes what we think is happening to us is happening for us. Okay. So, oh God, I'm sick today, but who I need to help while I'm sick? Oh God, I know this isn't happening to me. This is happening for me, because somebody needs to see that despite the fact that I'm here on what might look like my deathbed, right? I'm going to speak life into somebody else. Okay. So stop saying, why me? And say, thank God it's me. Because now I can go forth and be life to somebody else. And isn't that what we want at the end of the day? We are either going to be a victim or we're going to be a victor. But I don't know about you. I'm going to be a victor. And I don't care if I'm sick, broke, destitute. I promise you, I'm called to speak life into someone else. And I'm going to get to the kingdom that much faster with a positive mindset. Because what? Positive mindset in a negative situation always yields, right, positive results. So remember, when you're adjusting, you're moving forward. And that's the process of life. We moving forward. So before I let you guys go, I just want to tell you one more thing. Kings and queens, I celebrate you. I believe in you. God has not only called you, but he's chose you at such a time as this. Kings and queens, straighten your crown and get ready, because God is going to do some amazing things. Kingdom comes. So let's do kingdom things on earth. We don't have to wait till we get to heaven. We are more than conquerors. And go forth and know that the battle has already been won.
Man, I couldn't even write fast enough. Come on, y'all. Snap, 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 snap. Let's snap, snap. Somebody put snap, snap in the chat.
I didn't mean to overstay my welcome, but I was in it.
You, girl. It's so, I was literally going to talk about that scripture. You talk about the renewal of your mind. And then you said, I was like, really? Wow. Like, you're in my head. Like, you're in my head right about now. I'm like, so you dropped. So the one, it was a couple of them that stood out, but and there was some paraphrasing, but basically, in order to win, you got to wait.
Right. In order to win, you got to wait. You got to wait on it.
Right. You got to wait on it. You got to wait on it. Like, you got to wait on that win, because that win is coming, because it's going to come when, as long as God wants it. When you talked about, you didn't get approved for that long, because God wasn't in it. because you got to wait.
Right.
It's not your time right then and there. It's going to happen in his time, not your time. So time, but here's the thing. When you talk about time is not an investment. So just because you spent time in something doesn't mean that it's really for you. I give free will. He'll let us. He'll let us. He's like, all right, I'll wait till you're done.
Right.
We're gonna sit there and look around like, yep. Sharon's like, snap, exactly. You're gonna sit there and wait. Go ahead. Like, you done? Like, you done now? You good? You sure?
Right.
Okay. Are you ready to get back on this journey? You sure? Right. Okay. You know, the light was dim. You want the light to come back? You ready for your light to shine now? Okay. All right. Let's work this thing out. So you got your posture right. You're in position. Because I got you in position, but you got out of alignment. Oh, you got out of alignment. It wasn't in alignment.
I love it. Absolutely.
I love it. Well, Queen, you definitely blessed us, and you setting the stage. You setting the stage because you already talked about, because we identified what AdJust was. So I was apparently in your notes, you was in mine, so it's all good, right? So now that we have a better understanding with this whole adjusting and the things that are required to adjust, right? See, but now we're going to break it even further, and now we're going to adjust not someone else. We're going to adjust you. So you're going to point back, because when you point the finger to someone, you got the rest of them coming back to, see, I don't want to say me, but it's you.
Exactly.
That's the issue.
Right.
It's you.
Right. Exactly.
So we're going to adjust.
The issue is you. Right.
The issue is you. I know, right?
Yes.
Love it. Thank you, Queen. Thank you for grace, and hope you stay and listen to the rest.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Yes,
quite welcome.
Oh my gosh. Like, are you guys on fire? Like, just type fire in the chat. Let me see fire. Because we just getting started. So we already know our purpose, because it's that all purpose. We got this all purpose. And now we pretty much have, we have the structure of to adjust, and it's about your posture. So because it's about your posture, about you understanding your purpose. So now we're going to learn about you. Like, not your boo down the street, not Mr. Robinson, not your mama, not your cousin, not your brother, not your sister, but it's you. Y'all don't know about that song. Y'all know about that song. But listen, I'm going next to the virtual stage. The next voice you will hear after I describe and tell you who will be blessing us this evening is Shayna. And I hope I'm saying it right. Gordine. So she's a motivational speaker and an author of the book, The Mask Behind the Mask. Corona got nothing on this one. She is also the founder of CEO of Shayna Unmasking Motivation, which empowers women and men to discover their truest self in order to maintain peace after trauma. She is the recipient of the Purple Ribbon Award for Courage, and she is a contributor for Blessing Magazine and other publications, blogs, and podcast Mindset, Healing from Trauma and Self-Love Life Coaching, Global Africa Fashion for Peace World 2021, spoken word artist and poet. Give us some snap claps, some snaps for this queen right about now. Miss Shayna.
Hey, how are you?
All right. Hey, Queen.
How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Now that I see you, it's all good. We're going to take this mask off. You're going
to have to in order to adjust yourself.
To adjust you. Tell me how I can adjust me and all these other queens. So I'm going to let you take the stage.
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. And you know how they say, adjust you. Let me ask you a question. How many times have you attempted to adjust someone else before you adjusted yourself? We're so good at looking at everybody else's flaws before we actually look at our own. Instead of just taking our past and understanding that a lot of times we put a face on, and truly behind that, we actually look like this, which, as you can see, it's a split face. A lot of times we are not truly standing in our truth and our true purpose. And we put that mask on and we make it up so well to where we forget that you need to internally truly understand who you are before you can adjust anybody else. Like in Romans 12:22, it says, do not conform to the world, but transform to renew of your mind, and that you're tested and may discern where the will of God, what's good and accepting your perfect. In many moments, you have to remember, stop dressing up the outside. And remember that you have to go inside to the deep roots of what you're carrying. You have to learn how to fix the problem before we can say we're trying to fix someone else. You're trying to serve things for the kingdom, and you have to align yourself to your purpose. But if you're not aligning yourself to your purpose and you're not correcting what's going on in order for you to be a better version of yourself, then how are you honestly adjusting and being able to help people to come to the kingdom after all? Like with my journey, I had to adjust because I was living in the world. I was running from my purpose, to be totally honest. I was ready to, go out, be partying and doing all the et cetera, but was that truly me being in the kingdom, or that was truly me being outside of the kingdom? And as you know, you have to learn you have to learn how to self-love. You have to learn the self-worth of yourself and how to value your mind, your body, and your soul. You have to think about what you're putting in your temple. You have to think about how you're treating yourself. You have to think about how you are allowing the energies and the presence of others around you. You have to remember to take that mask off and get deep inside of a lot of things that we're holding back. Like a lot of times, if you say you're going to adjust you and you're still sitting in the same mess and you're not changing your mindset, how are you able to adjust anything about yourself if you continue to run the same cycle? Like you have to learn to correct your appearance because there's always somebody watching you. There's like my daughters. I know they watch me 24/7, and me going through situations or anybody that's going through something. If you don't adjust how your lifestyle is, and you don't adjust what you're going through, you don't adjust and learn from what you've been through, you're going to continue to the same cycles. It's going to continue over and over. My next thing that I wanted to talk about is how you learn to be in the power of your kingdom, understanding your purpose and what you serve, learning the powers to help to heal the other people. Because a lot of times we go through things and you got to go back and heal the people that went through it. And like a lot of times our mission is not for us, it's for other people. So we go through the situation in order to be able to teach others how to go through the same situations we've been through. You have to learn how to adjust how you talk, what you eat, what you empower, what you energize. Because if you're allowing to negativity around you, your life is not going to adjust anything different. You're going to continue to align in the same journey. You're going to continue to go in the same circle. You're going to continue to keep going forward. And this mask is going to continue to be the same mask. If you ever want to switch your mask and make it a better version of yourself where you're loved, you want to be happy, you want to have power, you got to do the work. Like my books, you got to take the mask off. You got to be able to sit in the mess. You got to be able to read the Bible. You got to be able to understand what you're learning. You got to be able to understand what you're ingesting. You got to be able to align yourself with your purpose and not be afraid and continue to run from what is truly what you're supposed to be doing. A lot of times we sit and we're supposed to be adjusting who we are, but we're so worried about what everybody else is doing and what everybody else is doing instead of just knowing that your purpose is truly what you need to be doing for yourself. You need to align yourself with all the things of being peace, learning what you need to do for the kingdom, learning what you need to do for yourself to be able to follow the rules of the kingdom, and learning what you need to do to align yourself with your purpose. Not no one else's purpose. I said your purpose. Because if you're not aligning yourself with your purpose and you're trying to run everybody else's purpose, then you're not going to be in line with the things you need to be doing for adjusting yourself. Sorry. Many times we go through different situations and we have to recognize the lesson in the storms that you go through. You have to be able to be the vessel to heal for others. You have to adjust your crown and you have to be prepared to work through the things that you have to go through, the knowledge of your kingdom, be able to transform and adjust remembering to have the patience to pay attention to what you're allowing around yourself, to pay attention to what you're allowing in your peaceful space, to pay attention to what can actually be not healthy for you or to be around you. Like a lot of times You want to change your mindset, but if you continue to run in the cycle of things that you're not supposed to be doing, your mindset will never change. So your adjusting of yourself will never change. You will continue to be the same person of who you are. I've been through domestic violence, and I didn't want that same negativity around me. I didn't want that same type of relationship. I didn't want that same type of life. And I had 2 kids that needed to see a different version. So if I didn't change, my adjustment would have never changed, and I would have never walked in my purpose, and I would have never been aligned to be adjusted to be into the right path of what I need to do for my purpose, to then be able to teach others or show others on how to be able to be corrected for the kingdom. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting hoarse. But in the moment of the atmosphere and the environment that you are on, you got to remember you're the leader of the track. People are watching you. And you got to remember the places you go can sometimes be tempting, but you got to remember to correct the environment you're around. You got to remember to correct the food you digest. And you got to remember to correct the moments of what you allow around you, negativity. Always stay positive. Positive is the best thing to do. You know, a lot of times you have to walk by faith. Faith is a big thing about adjusting you, because when you're adjusting your insides, it's not a pretty thing when you're accepting the things that you don't like about yourself. And it's not a pretty thing in accepting a lot of things that you have to deal with personally. Like if you know, I deal with sickness, but you would never know it because I adjust it to whereas I don't walk around with the angry face. I actually walk around with a happy face. So I've adjusted to learn the positivity of the reasons of the cards that I was dealt is to help others and to heal others. I just want y'all to remember to adjust. In order to adjust you, you have to always be ready to step in the line and learn the lessons from your kingdom. Step out on faith and acknowledge your power in the disciplines of the kingdom of your roots.
Am I muted? It's okay, Queen. It's okay, Queen. You got it. So you made me have to go home and get my mask. Get my mask. Where my eyes at? Ah. See, but the thing I like about this mask, it's like a butterfly. So just when you take the mask off, just like the butterfly, you know, it's in the cocoon before it comes out and it becomes a butterfly. It's brand new. It's a new because you're shifting. You're shifting. And it did, yes, it starts from within. Yes, I am my brother's keeper. That's right. That's right. That's right. You got to remove all the masks. And I love, and so your words were so powerful. The thing that really stood out for me, and I hope it did for anyone else, is that you just got to do the work. Period. You, when you adjust you, because you got to do the work. Not you have to do it. You gotta do the work. Gotta do it. You gotta do it. See, now that's when you know it's for real. You gotta do it. Gotta do it. It's intentional and it's necessary. It's all part of the kingdom. It's all part of the kingdom because without that knowledge, you'll perish. Without it, you'll perish. Peel back the layers. Yes, Sharon. Yes, definitely. You got to peel back the layers. You got gots to. Okay. Doc said gots to. I got it. Now she added another one. Gots to. She said, snatch that sucker right off. She's saying that in our back stuff. Gotta let everybody know she's all hype. She all hype back there. She too daggone hype for me. She too daggone hype. Yup. So listen, Queen. You brought a powerful, a mightyful, and powerful word because it's literally, it's about the word. You have to just step out. You have to step out. You have to understand the knowledge of the kingdom, and it's all within you. So it just kind of correlates and it's taking us on this journey. And you did such a beautiful and amazing job. And I thank you, Queen. And I thank you, Queen. And I thank you, Queen. So, man. Everybody type gotta gotta in the chat. Put gotta, because this is what we gotta do. We gotta, it's you that's the epicenter of the whole thing. See, but we adjust, We adjust you. And so, okay, we talked about the purpose. I love how this is tying in. So we got purpose. Now, we didn't know she was going to bring some all-purpose flour. See, but you got your all-purpose flour. And then because when you're cooking, right? When you're making a meal or something that you need for nutrition, right? To fulfill you so you could be fit and fulfilled. And y'all understand why I'm getting with this in a second. You have to add just the right amount of ingredients. You have to add just the right amount of you in your process while you're adjusting your crown. Just like with that all-purpose flour, it's your purpose. You got to add just the right amount when you're baking, when you're cooking, when it's needed for all purposes. But you need to add just the right amount. And it's just the right amount of you. So the next voice you will hear will be better known. We just call her Doc Ock. She's Octavia Jones, but she's just Doc Ock. So let me tell you about this sister right here. She's AKA known Coach Smiley for her clients in fit and fulfilled nutrition. As a wellness and nutrition coach, she helps clients achieve their goals while tailoring lifestyle changes to support maintaining those achievements, as well as building a strong foundation of disciplined habits to achieve future goals in all areas of their life. Her true calling was helping people solve problems and promoting lifelong learning. Octavia is instructor in the MYE Institute, a mompreneur, a chemist, bringing out the best elements of people to create a compound for consistent success. I bring to you the stage, I think she's already here, a mad scientist herself, but the most helpful kind, of course.
Yes.
Take it away, Queen. Take it away.
Yes, I mean, I'm so honored to be here among all of these wonderful women, and it definitely puts me in a place of self-elevation. So I appreciate you all for setting the bar high and allowing me to stretch my legs to reach it. So I am going to be talking about adding just you. Add just you. So we're going to start with the you part, because a lot of times we wrap up who we are in the things that people say about us, how people treat us, and all of that. And none of that is us. A lot of times it has a lot more to do with them and what they're going through and how they're dealing with their own issues, as opposed to who you actually are. And so it's important to reach in within yourself and figure that out for yourself. You can't ask anybody else but God who you are, because He's the only one that knows, because He created you, so He knows your purpose and exactly who you were created to be. The uniqueness in who each of us are, I love it, because it's I call it the purest oxymoron of life. Like, you know, when you think of something unique, there's nothing else like it. However, we're all unique. So yeah, we're not special in that unique, and you know, in our way of being unique, but we are all unique. And like, that's the oxymoron of it. Like, yeah, you're different, I'm different, we're all different. So who's like anybody? Nobody is like anybody. We create these fabricated groupings of ourselves and who we relate to, and they're all based on superficial definitions of who we claim that we are, of who we've called ourselves to be, because someone else has called us that for so long, or we've been put in this position to be that for so long that we've locked our identity in with these superficial aspects of ourselves. And so I just wanted to go over a couple of the parts of uniqueness. So our experiences make us unique. No one is going to have the same experience. I can be standing next to someone my entire life, and we are definitely not going to have the same experience. I don't care how, if we're conjoined twins, we are still not having the same experience. And that's because of our perception of it. So I can't give my perception of something that I'm experiencing to someone else. I can try and explain it, but you're still not going to see things how I see things, because I'm put together a certain way, which brings us to genetics. So our physical makeup really does kind of determine how we interact with the world. Like if you can't walk, you're obviously not going to interact with the world the same way as someone who can. If you're blind, if you're like whatever it is, like whatever the thing is about you that makes you is going to affect how you experience the world as opposed to how someone else that's not you is going to experience it. And our innate purpose given to each of us by God, that's always going to be something different and unique to you because of all of the other things I mentioned. So God already understands that we're going to go through life in a very particular kind of way. And no one else is going to go through it the same way. So what's asked of us and what's required of us is always going to be our particular purpose. So you can look at someone else doing something that you think you might be called to do or that you feel is your purpose, and it absolutely is still your purpose. Just because you think they're doing it so great or the best or they got all these followers or whatever, that doesn't mean that it's not your purpose. You're going to have a perspective, a take, an experience, something that you can share that they haven't shared because they haven't experienced it that way. They don't have that perception of it, and they don't have the makeup that you have. So you have to really sit in your uniqueness and really appreciate it, because when you do that, you're appreciating God's work because you were a masterpiece that God created. And that, like, when you really think about the time that God took to put you together, to make you so unique, to make you so unduplicatable, just think, like, from the beginning to the end of time, there will never be anyone like you ever. There has never been a you before, and there will never be another you after. Even in this lifetime, you are changing. You are going to not be the same person that you were when you were born. That's a requirement. That is not an option. It's required. That is just the way life works. Okay. And that brings us to growth. So as you're having these experiences, as you're finding your you and how you express it via the free will that God gave us all. So yeah, there's always his will, and you have free will. That was his ultimate gift to us. Nothing else on the face of this planet has free will. Animals follow instinct. Everything else follows instinct, the will to live, and like that's their driving force. We can choose to either be the greatest and the fullest extent of our creation, or we can choose to be less than. And unfortunately, a lot of us are choosing to be less than. And that is why we're here to remind you, you were created to be great, not to be okay, not to be average, not to be mediocre. Okay. So when you're being average, you're being someone else because you're unique. So you can't, so being average means that you are comparable to other people, to a lot of other people. So you know that you're unique and you're actually sitting in your uniqueness and you're living out your uniqueness. You can't be average because there's no comparison. Ta-da! Problem solved. We're all great now. Okay, time to go home. No, no, not done yet. So just when we're growing, there's that, you know, we love definitions. So this definition of first I want to talk about the definition of adjust and then I'm going to get into the definition of growth. One of the definitions, Oxford Dictionary has like several, I think like 4 or 5. This is the third one. Permit small alterations or movements so as to allow a desired fit, appearance, or result to be achieved. That was a lot. That very small, like she said, like there's a lot of different words that mean adjust, and like all, like even just the way they chose these 3: desired fit, appearance, or result to be achieved. So you don't want to pigeonhole yourself into thinking that, oh, I have to be this type of me or this me all the time, because that me or that you that you're being might not fit that situation. So you can adapt. And that's what an adjustment also is, an adaptation. So you're creating a desired fit. So you can still be you in whatever space, and then you just adapt that you to that space. You're still choosing, you're still using your free will, and you're still using your uniqueness to be you. But now you get to dress it up, dress it down. If you go to a ball or a gala, if you normally wear jeans and a t-shirt, yeah, that's what you're comfortable in, but go to the gala in gala wear, right? Get a jean rugged dress or something with it, or a nice jacket, okay? You know, I'm just saying, shout out to Queen Ira for the jackets, thank you. You know, that really represents who you are in context. So, you know, you don't want to take yourself out of context. You know, what's a gala? A gala is, you know, a big fancy party. You know, the reason to dress up and wear something ridiculously glamorous or elegant, something you like that you would never wear anywhere else, you wear it to a gala. So that's like, use the opportunities that you're given to be you, to be you. Every time we interact with somebody, that's giving us a new opportunity to be ourselves in that situation, in that interaction, and interacting with that person. Sometimes you may have to change your appearance or change for how you talk. So if you see someone as fragile, you're not gonna, you know, if you're normally brash or, you know, kind of straightforward, you might, you know, step back a little bit in mind of who they are and how they're feeling. So respecting the uniqueness in other people gives us an opportunity to adjust ourselves and grow. So that's why interaction is so beautiful. It's lovely. Your crown can require adjustment as you grow. So sometimes it might not be an outside or external situation that causes you or your crown to, you know, to get knocked crooked or knocked off or whatever. It's something going on inside of you. Sometimes, you know, transformations and you know, revelations and all that stuff, the inner growth can sometimes be so shaking that it literally will knock your crown off. Okay, and you just pick that sucker back up and put it back on your head like, oh, look at that, it still fits. I'm a whole new person. And it's still, and it's going to, because it's your crown. It's always going to fit whoever you become under it. It is your job to make sure you keep it on. It's your job to make sure that it's fitting the new you every time you put it on. Your crown can be adjusted to any given situation you choose to be in. So like a lot of the queens before me were saying, like, you have to really watch your surroundings, the people, the things that you're doing, all of that stuff, because all of that is going to affect the person that's under that crown. And sometimes it might chip away at that person. Your crown isn't going to change. Your crown is still going to have all the jewels that you collected through the experiences, the interaction, all of that stuff that made you is your crown. Your crown is you. It's who you are. When you forget who you are, that crown is going to get heavy. The crown, it might tilt a little bit because your neck might, because you've been giving all these pieces of yourself away and you haven't been recollecting yourself to fit your crown, to fit under your crown, to be able to hold the weight of your crown, because that was your purpose that was given to you. So you can't change your purpose. Okay, you can change how you're being used, but you can't change your purpose. Like we use a butter knife for all kinds of other things, opening locked doors and fixing this and screws and all that, but that doesn't change the fact that it's a butter knife. That what it was created to do was slice and spread butter. Okay, so your job is to make sure that you are being used for the purpose that you was created for. Otherwise, that's where the wear and tear comes in. That's where the tiredness, the all of this, that, and the third. And yeah, we're not doing that. Okay. And that brings, you know what? I didn't even realize that led perfectly into the Bible verse that I found for this. And it's Proverbs 10:9 and 17. He who walks with integrity walks surely, but he who perverts his ways will become known. And he who keeps instruction is in the way of life, but he who refuses correction goes astray. So that's literally what I just said. You were made for a purpose. You were given the free will to figure out how you're going to fulfill that purpose. Now go for it. The be fruitful and multiply. That's where that comes in. You have already been given a purpose, and you've already been sent to go and fulfill that purpose. So go and do that. And make sure that you are keeping your eye on your crown and your jewels and making sure that they are protected, because you're the only one that's responsible for protecting that. You're the only one that's responsible for knowing who you are at all times. People don't know who you are. You walk down the street, they don't have a clue who you are. Who are you? That's if you walk in any place where you've never been and you don't know anybody, if it's, especially if it's one of those clothes, they're going, who are you? Because they don't know. But it's up to you to know so that you can give them a proper answer so that everything that follows is exactly what it should be. Because if you don't know who you are and you're asked, who are you? And you give them whatever random answer that you have because you don't know who you are, you're going to be treated as this person that you claim to be and you're not, and you're going to feel uncomfortable. You're not going to like it. Your growth is going to be stunted. All these negative and away from kingdom and not abundant situations are going to occur because you didn't know who you were in the first place. And now you're being called out on it and you're being required to say and be you, because all the other positions are taken by other people because they're not you. You only have one spot to fill, and that is always going to be yours. If you walk in somewhere and there's no space for you, that's because you don't belong there. That's not for you. I think that's all I got to say. I can go all evening. I'm not trying to do y'all like that.
Girl, if you don't get out my notes, you all up in my notes. I was like, yeah, just be you, because everybody else is already taken. So you just have to be you, right? That's it. And guess what? It's not an option. Period. It's not an option. I like that. You said it's not an option. Now, because, and here's I don't know if y'all picked up on this little jewel she dropped, but you know how they say, like, I'm the prize, or you the prize, or whatever, but guess what? You're more than the prize. You're the crown. You're the crown. And I can see, when they say the weight of the crown, the weight of it, we got to adjust it. Like, the longer this crown sits on your head, the heavier it gets. And you have to be able to, with poise. I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, wow, the queen. How she's just, now this little thing ain't got nothing on what she has on her head, and she can hold that thing up with no problem. She's been doing it for years. So she's carrying her crown because she is the crown, right? So that part, all of that part. I want to see y'all in the chat say, I am the crown. Like, commit to that. Admit that I am the crown. Like, we have to speak that into ourselves. Amen. That's right. You got to speak that into existence as it is, because, it's our purpose. It's our birthright. That's how you adjust yourself. You just have to be you. No matter where you end up, no matter where you go, it should be the same Sharon that shows up. Even though she might have a different outfit on, but the core is still you. Whether you have that gown on, your fatigues on, your Timbs on, your swimsuit, whatever, you can come into your bare truth, and it's still you. It's still you. It's still you. So, wow, you are the crown, and choose who you're supposed to be. And the song that came to my head was, I'm going to be who I'm supposed to be because I'm unstoppable. That part. Thank you, Queen. You just brought all those elements. You brought all the elements for us. So that's what happens when you get this chemist in here. You just got to add a little bit of you. Thank you. So yes, I am the crown. I am the crown. Like, with conviction, I am the crown. I am the crown. So we would be remiss if we did not take a minute to just acknowledge our sponsor. We got a sponsor highlight. Miss Alexis Butler. But let me tell you who she is real quick. So her name is Lexi B. Yeah, Lexi B. She's an independent consultant with the company Secret. Secret is a lifestyle company that helps you look great, feel great, and experience the world. We help, well, she said we, because she's part of it. We help you to look and feel your best from head to toe. So you can hold that crown upright, inside and out, with skincare and nutrition for everybody. So we'd like to thank our sponsor, Alexis, Lexis B. Talk to us, Queen. Talk to us, Queen. Talk to us, Queen.
It'd be nice if I took myself off mute. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes. And then somehow you were able to tie in being a nurse and you just understood, because I figured I'll let you tell that part. So go ahead. But I wanted to segue you.
That's okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for having me today. I have truly enjoyed being a part of this. Thanks, Selena, for inviting me. And yes, I'm a registered nurse, been a registered nurse for 12 years. And one of the things I know I learned quickly being a registered nurse is self-care. Self-care is so important. We need to take care of ourselves. Like we're talking about knowing who you are and just uplifting yourself, but you also have to take care of yourself inside and out. So recently I was given the opportunity to partner with a company who does just that. And I loved it because their core values aligned with mine, and I am able to help people look and feel their best. So today I'm just going to take you through a little skincare routine. We're going to have some fun. We're going to just enjoy some skincare products, and I'm going to just show you how I take care of my skin. Skincare is so important to me because our skin is our first line of protection. So I'm just going to take you through my skincare routine really quickly and show you all the amazing products that I use on my skin to give myself a healthy glow. So I'm just going to take my earrings off and we're going to prepare to do my daily skincare routine. I'm going to actually pull my hair back just a little bit. And so first we're going to start off with cleansing the skin. I use one of my favorite products from our line. It's the Deep Cleansing Facial Wash. So I'm going to take just a little bit. You don't need a lot. As you can see, just a little bit on your skin. I got some water here. I'm going to just tap it in some water. And we're going to just kind of go in and let you know I usually clean my hands before this. I have some hand sanitizer, so I clean my hands before starting this. I am a nurse. Happy Nurses Day and Nurses Week to all the nurses out there. So I think hand care is very important as well. So put that on a little water, help get it because it's very smooth when you put water on there. And I got my water towel. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna just clean that off. We're gonna do your T-zone, come through there. And then my next product is an exfoliant. So this is one of our more popular products, and you're going to see why in just a moment. So I'm going to put this on, and I don't know if you guys can see this area right here. This is my dead skin coming up out of my off my skin. So all the dead skin is coming up, and that's the exfoliation part. So we're gonna go get that together. Then that's simple too. All you do is just wipe it up. And that has exfoliated my skin and taken all the dead cells off and kind of made me new. So my skin is starting to feel soft and smooth, but I'm not done. So next thing I have is our mineral rich. I don't know if you can kind of see the label. Our mineral rich Skin Refresh Toner. I absolutely love this toner compared to any other toner because it's very hydrating. So I'm going to go in with the toner and I'm just going to wipe it off. And, toner kind of gets everything that you left behind and kind of cleans that up. And as you can see, I'm starting to glow a little bit already just by using the toner. My earpieces keep falling out. So now this is our facial balancing facial serum, and this is the holy grail to my skin regimen. Because this stuff right here, I don't know what they put in this, but it is amazing. So I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna put it all over my face. You like to, when you're doing it, taking care of your skin, you like to go in an upward motion. Gravity already pulls your skin down, so you like to go up in an upward motion. And as you can see, this serum gave me that little sparkle that I like. Thank you. I am my brother's keeper. And now I'm just going to finish it up with my moisturizer. And this moisturizer I love because it lasts all day. It's very light and it goes perfect with that balancing facial serum. So that is my skin routine. I have a mud mask that I like to use as well. I use that once a week. And that's what I do. I also see an esthetician regularly, and that's how I keep my skin looking so amazing. And I do this every day. And we have a age defying line. My mother just started using that. She loves it. She joked. She said, "If you see me looking 20 years younger, that's because I started using my skin regimen." So I recommend that everybody have a skin regimen and um, that you do daily and see an esthetician just to take care of your skin and keep your skin looking good. And it's just a a way to exercise self-care. And I say no matter what self-care looks like to you, whether it's skincare, whether it's nutrition, whether it's massages, whatever you need to do to take care of yourself daily, because we pour so much into other people, we do need to take time to pour into ourselves. Because as I say in my bio, you cannot pour from an empty tank. So I love to give gifts and I love to give deals. So I have here my skincare regimen all laid out for you guys. This is a $260 deal. I am giving you a large amount off. So if you want to purchase, I have one here for purchase today. And I will, if you're not in town, I either bring it to you or I can ship it to you. It's up to you. And I also love to give gifts. So if you purchase or become a VIP customer with me, you will get a free gift today. And I have everything from detangling brushes, um, our mud soap, which is amazing, a nail kit, and some other stuff that I'm giving away for all of my VIP customers. So thank you for your time today. Thank you for having me. Thank you for engaging with me, and blessings. Smooches.
Wow, 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 wow. You made that look so effortless. Like it didn't take that long at all. So a lot of times we think, oh gosh, I don't have time to do all of
Right.
this. But listen, for people who wear, makeup, when you wear makeup, it takes you longer to put that on than it did to just do what you just did. So
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so, so much. How could they reach you again?
You can reach me, and I will put my link to my website down in the bottom. Give me one moment. But
Okay.
you can reach me on social media at Instagram at Lexi B Living 22 at Instagram. I have a Facebook business page, Lexi B Living, And you can find me on Facebook as Alexis Butler. And I accept new friends requests. Oh, look at you with my link already. Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Thank
yes,
you.
definitely reach out to me if there's anything if you want to if you want to have a free demo, I can come demo products with you or send you products if you're not in the Chicagoland or Indiana area. But if you're Chicago or close by, I don't have a problem driving, giving
Okay.
you free demos. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Queen. Thank you for being a sponsor. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
seeing and valuing all the queens and giving us this whole, self-care on so many different levels. So thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're,
you guys.
you're welcome. So there you go, you guys. You got it. Like you got to add when to wear your crown, you have to practice self-care, right? You have to just add a little bit of you. You got to adjust you. You got to adjust, but you got to know your purpose. See, I just had to run that backwards for y'all so y'all can go back forward. So we about to now get into some. I love this name. I love his name. So I already know it's gonna be good because of his name. But she's unique. So she is her own. We're gonna bring Miss Fantasia. Ah, Miss Fantasia Roberts, who's a mother of 5 beautiful children and a 2-time published author. She spends time writing and advocating for children who have been abused. Her favorite scripture is Jeremiah 29:11. I know the thoughts I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of good and not of evil, to give you an expected end. So, Miss Fantasia, come and bless us with a word of poetry.
Hi, everyone. Oh my gosh, I am so full. I am so happy right now. Everyone that's graced us so far has done such an amazing job. My heart is full. Y'all dropped so many gems. Like Miss Carolyn said, I couldn't write fast enough. I was like, I got to go back and listen to this live because I couldn't write fast enough to keep up with everything. But before I go into my poetry, I just wanted to say last year in 2020, we're talking about adjusting our crown. So last year in 2020, we were hit with a pandemic. And during the pandemic, we had to find a way to maintain our sanity, a way to keep our crown adjusted. And so for me, it was to go back to my roots. And my roots is prayer. That's what I go to when I feel like I have nobody else to talk to. I talk to God. So I came up with some acronyms for prayer, and this helped me. So hopefully, it's a blessing to you all. Um, I had to process and pray. I always have to process and pray everything. When you're adjusting your crown, you have to process you. You have to process what's going on with you, because it's not other people initially. Initially, it's you. So you have to process and pray about it. You have to release, whether it be people, things that don't mean you any good. Release it, let it go, give it to God, go to God and repent about it. If it's something that you turned away from Him on, go back to Him, ask for forgiveness and repent. We have to learn how to take accountability too. So acceptance was another thing, a part of my prayer, the acronym for my prayer. We have to learn to accept our part in things, accept where we went wrong or what we're not doing. Yearning for me was that relationship, getting a closer relationship with God. Oftentimes we try to form friendships and relationships with all these other people instead of forming the relationship that means the most, and that's the relationship that we have with God, the walk that we have with Jesus Christ. That's who's going to protect us and keep us, and then evolve. Every day we should be evolving into a better version of who we were yesterday. So we have to evolve, and adjusting our crown, we have to evolve. It's a transformation. It's not something that happens overnight. It's something that takes time. You have to be patient. You have to wait. So just work on evolving. And then the last R in prayer, I did for repeat and replay. And if you repeat and replay all of these steps, when you do that, it becomes a part of your routine. And when something becomes a part of your routine, it's something that you do on a daily basis. It's something that you don't forget. So I'm going to jump into this poem for you. It's entitled Imperfections. Let's go. How can you just stand there and pretend like you don't see it? Come closer. Do you see it now? All those imperfections. You know you'll never be good enough. And there I was, face to face, examining her from head to toe, basking in the simplicity that I could never be her. She was amazing. Head held high. If I didn't know any better, I would say she had a face in the clouds. She had confidence for miles, miles that only she could travel because there was no way I could fill her shoes. Here I was, plain Jane, just an ordinary girl trying to find my place in society, using makeup to hide my blemishes so I can make up for those imperfections, applying my mascara so the mess that I wore day to day wasn't so easily portrayed. That's why my favorite brand was Maybelline, because maybe I could find a glimpse of me and her. And doing so, maybe I would discover my self worth because I'm not her. And society has placed so many standards on who I should be when all I should have to be is me. No, I'm not perfect. And if you can't love me for me, then leave me be. I'll never be who you would like me to be. That woman I examined from face that woman I examined face to face was a replica of me. I was fixated on who society wanted me to be. My two-way mirror shattered. Honestly, I don't want to stay stuck in this pattern. Head held high, confidence obtained, imperfections no longer am I ashamed. I'm just an ordinary girl with extraordinary capabilities, learning to bask in the simplicity of being me. Kings and queens, when we learn to bask in the simplicity of being who we are, who God created us to be because we were made in his image, nothing else matters. The opinion, what someone else thinks of you, how you look, how someone else thinks you look, if they feel like you don't look good enough, they want you to adjust this. You see all these girls in these magazines where they're going in and airbrushing half of their bodies anyway, going to doctors and getting everything redone just to fit a certain image for people and society. That's not genuinely you. That's not authentic. And it's something about being authentically you. So adjust your crown and be you. Thank you for having me. Keep blessing me. I'm going to stay on because this is amazing and I've had such a wonderful time.
Wow. You talk about everyone else dropped some nuggets. You gave us some nuggets.
Thank you, Miss Carolyn.
You gave us some jewels. I was like, okay, just look, just how about just be uniquely you. I like that too. Just be you. Like it's all about you because you are the crown. Remember, we already learned it. This is we are all purpose. It's our purpose. This is our birthright. This is the things that we got to adjust. We got to adjust ourselves to believe that we have this purpose. We got to adjust ourselves to believe that we have this positioning, we have this posture, right? We have to believe it because we already know who strengthens us, right? Because the crown has a lot of weight on it, but it's on the crown of your head, right? Because so that way everyone can see your crown, your glory. So thank you, Queen. I'm so glad you're staying. I'm so glad you're on fire. So everybody give her some snaps. I know when you on the poetry thing, you gotta do some snaps. So let's give her some snaps, snaps. Yes. You're quite welcome. I'm so glad that you have allowed us to understand and believe and know about the importance of that relationship and that relationship with him. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but this thing got me like, and see, they know I'm usually hyper than a mug, but this thing got me. I'm taking this stuff in. I'm letting this stuff sit because there's a time and a place for everything, right? You hear that from Ecclesiastes, and there's a time and a place for everything. I could be hype, but see, but I need to get this in. I need to be this sponge. I need to be very porous and I need to let this all come in because this is so it's essential. It's important. It's required. How about that? It's required. It's required that you adjust your crown when it gets a little crooked, when you feel a little weird, when you feel a little tired. Like no one should know, right? No one should know that whatever's going on inside shouldn't show on the outside. Because like we're talking about the Queen Elizabeth, that woman's going through some things over there over the years, but you would never know because she's the crown and she wears that crown. And that's what we need to do as well because we have to adjust it. So now we're going to bring the next voice you're going to hear is going to be Shanice Jones. She's going to teach us how to adjust your crown She is a transformational life coach, author, inspirational, motivational speaker. She uses her pain to push into her purpose. She is a domestic violence survivor as well as a teen mom and molestation. However, she didn't allow that to stop her from pushing forward, to fall deeply in love with her father. Shanice spent years walking away as an orphan due to her limited belief that her father loved her unconditionally. Trauma tried to form her, but it did not prosper. I'm going to repeat that again. Trauma tried to form her. I'm going to get a little closer, but it did not prosper. Now she uses her story to help others overcome the trauma that has tried to silence their voice. Come on, Queen. Come on, Queen. Help us adjust our crown.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm ready. I'm going to try my hardest not to get loud because when I get pumped, I get loud. I got these headphones in my ears, so I don't want to hurt my ears. I don't want to hurt y'all's ears.
No, but I understand because they know I am like hyper to hyper to hyper to hype. But like I said, there's a time and a place. And this for me, my spirit felt like we need to just take this in because sometimes we can miss some things.
Yes.
Now, we can miss some things, right?
Yes.
This is required for us because we are his daughters, right? And he has raised queens in his kingdom. So we have to know how to carry this crown and know how to and when to adjust it, because when we know our purpose and when we know what just to add you and we know our issue, like, oh girl, I'm gonna get out your notes. Go ahead.
Thank you so much for you guys having me. I am so excited to talk about a topic that I felt like it's so funny, and I want to talk about this. I want to talk about unworthiness, but I want to talk about how God turned around and used a divine reversal on the enemy. The enemy tried to silence my voice. The enemy tried to take my identity, but it's so powerful how God turned it around. And now he has me going on, speaking on platforms and creating platforms to help other women come and tell their stories. It is so beautiful that now God have turned my story for his glory. Now when people look at me, they don't see a victim, but they see a victor. They see the glory of the Lord. They see his presence resting on me. They see his spirit resting upon me. Amen. They don't see the victim mentality. Yes, I've been through molestation. Yes, I was in an abusive relationship for 13 years. 13 years. And I want you guys to understand that when you are in a relationship that a person have tried to tear you down, beat you up, tell you what you will never be, tell you what you will never become. And a part of you want to believe it because all you see is trauma. But then God come in and he give you a crown. Baby, put your crown back on. So you allowed that trauma to let your crown drop, but I need you to pick it back up. I need you to put it back on your head. I need you to stop allowing the naysayers to tell you what you're not, because what you fail to understand is I already created you and I predestined you to do my will. When I first came to God, I cried out to him. I said, God, what am I here for? What is my purpose? Right? I know I'm called to something great, but all I see is trauma. And the very first thing God started teaching me, I got up every morning and started seeking his face and started reading the word. And he could have had told me my purpose right then and there, right? Because he's all knowing and he knows what I was here for. Like the first queen said, we have everything we need to complete our purpose, right? Everything we need is already in us. I want you to imagine that our Father put us in his secret place and his sacred place, and he's putting everything in you that you need. I'm gonna put your voice in you. I'm gonna put your gifts into you. I'm putting your talents in you. I'm stuffing you with your wisdom, your knowledge, your gifts in the spirit. I'm putting everything that you need inside of you. So when I put you out on this earth to complete the will that I assigned you in, right, to solve that problem in the earth that I see, and I need you to go out and solve it, right? I put the solution in your womb. Now I want you to go out and be fruitful and multiply. So I was reading the word, and he took me to Romans 8:8. And he started breaking that thing down to me. And he started showing me you are glorified, you are justified, and you are chosen. And then he said, I want you to look up glorified. I want you to look up justified. And I started looking up these words. And glorify me in Greek means adore. So that means when our mothers was holding us physically in our arms, the angels were singing over us spiritually. I know back in the day we used to say, oh, those angels singing to those babies. What do you think those angels go? We still have those angels still adoring and glory and singing over us, and it's waiting for us to come in agreement with his word so they can go ahead and make sure that we complete the assignment here on earth. It's called destiny angels, to make sure that we complete our destiny here on earth. And those angels that was singing over us is still singing over us today. Amen. And he showed me, he said, before, as you were sitting in your mother's arm, I was praising over you. I was singing hymns of adoration over you. I didn't look at you and as you came to this earth and write you off, but no, I looked at you adoration, and I said, I can't wait till she come in agreement with what I said about her. I can't wait till she discover her purpose in this earth. I can't wait for her to go out and do my will. I cannot wait for her to understand who she is in me. I can't wait for she to get up and take her crown and put it on her head, because I put a crown on her head before the foundations of this earth was ever existed. And then I went and looked up justified, and justified means chosen. No, I'm sorry, it means marked. And I'm like, hold on, God, and mind you, I've been through all this trauma. And now you coming to tell me that I am glorified, I am justified, and I am marked, and I am chosen by you? God, how can I be chosen? God, how am I justified in you? God, how are you adoring over me and I feel like filthy rags? And it takes you back to the prodigal son when he went out and he ate with the pigs. But then when he came back home, his father said, welcome home. Here's your royal coat. Let's have a party. That's how I felt. You mean to tell me you finna put a crown on my head? You are allowing me to readjust that crown. You're allowing me to put a crown over your head, on my head, after I chose this man over you, after I sat here and I had all these kids out of wedlock, after I turned my back on you, you still gonna give me a crown and allow me to adjust it? What type of God is it I'm serving that is still allowing someone that feels like she's filthy rags, feel like I'm unworthy of his glory? Like she said in a poem, our imperfections. I kept looking at my imperfections. God, I cannot be used by you. God, you mean to tell me that you put your promise in my womb to birth for such a time as this? You mean to tell me you put a voice in me to go and speak to nations? You mean to tell me you put a voice in me to prophesy to nations? You mean to tell me you put a voice in me to go speak into those women? It's time for you to put the crown on. But after you put that crown on, every time you feel unworthy, I want you to go back into that word, and I want you to find yourself in that wrong word, and I want you to adjust your crown. They talked about purpose. I want you to go back and rediscover your purpose, because your purpose have not been lost. You lost it. Now, we always say, I got an issue, I can't find my purpose. No, you lost your purpose. If you look back when you was a kid, you told yourself what you wanted to do. When our kids have the most most realistic imagination on how they're going to live their life, and we tell them and we shoot them down and say, you're not going to do that. Why are you dreaming that big? See, what you fail to understand is God have already showed your children their future. That's why they're so confident that they're going to be pastors. That's why they're so confident that they're going to be leaders. That's why they're so confident in who they're going to be, because God have already showed them who they're going to be. I always said when I was a kid, I want to be a teacher. And I tell my clients all the time, I want you to go back to when you was a child, when you dreamed the most. And I used to tell my friends, I'm going to be a teacher. And now God has me teaching his word through my courses and my my courses that I teach in my coaching. Now God has me teach his word on platforms that he opened for me. Like she said, don't try to force it their past trauma, teaching them how to walk in their God-given identity. Ain't that so funny? That the very thing that I said I was going to do when I was a kid, I'm doing it now as an adult. What did I have to do? I had to readjust my crown. And I had to rediscover the gifts that he already placed inside of me. So I will be able to walk this thing out on earth. Everything you need is already in you. You are chosen. You are predestined. You are glorified. You are justified. And you are marked by your Father. God said everything you have been predestined. You have been preordained to do his will on this earth. But yet you're walking around and you put your crown down because trauma happened to you, because molestation happened to you, because abuse happened to you. No, baby, I want you to put it back on and readjust it. But when you readjust it, don't turn it to the side as if you don't deserve it. I want you to hold your head up high, and I want you to walk with that crown like you deserve it on your head. Like you know that your Father has you in a palm of your hands, and he will never leave you nor forsake you. But he wants you to wear your crown, and he wants you to wear it knowing that you got the whole heaven backing you up. I love that picture that they had of Jesus when he was walking with the cross on his back, and the whole heaven, the angel of armies was sitting right there, suited and booted, ready to destroy everybody that touched Jesus. And I like how they got the picture of Jesus holding his hand back. And he was telling the angel armies, no, I got this. I have to do this so my daughter can be free. I have to do this so my daughter will not go to hell. I have to do this because I have to be her propitiation here on earth. I have to go. Don't come and clown. And I want you to understand the same spirit that raised Christ from the dead on the third day, it dwells in you. And them same angel armies that was right there ready to go to war for Jesus is there sitting there ready to go to war for you. Now address your crown and go walk and live in your purpose. That's what I have to say tonight. Go and adjust your crown. I can go longer, but I'm not going to have y'all here all night. I can't.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay. Boom. Y'all saw what I did. Girl, it's time. Remember I said it's a time and a place for everything? Mm-hmm. It's time.
It's time.
We had to before we can even get to adjusting it, we had to understand the other stuff. So we had to let that sit in. So we understood why we need to adjust our crown. The purpose behind adjusting our crown. Don't put your crown down just because of all the things that has happened. So I don't know if you picked up what was dropped, but I had a sneak peek, and then I kind of mentioned it when I was weaving all the little different, bios together. There's a commonality amongst most of us. Molestation, domestic violence, the trauma, being used in a mightyful and bold and powerful way. Transformational. See, I ain't even talking. It's so fun. It's so funny because I'm like, Lord, I'm just here to be a vessel. I'm not here for me because it's these ladies. So y'all never talked about all the stuff. But you guys, we are all one and the same.
Yes.
One and the same. We are transforming lives to allow people to know that just because here's the thing. See, what happened to you doesn't define you.
Yes.
Doesn't make you. See, but what happened through you will truly exalt you.
Yes, amen. That's it.
That part.
Boom.
That's it. And there's nothing else. There's nothing, like I said, there's a requirement. And this is the requirement because here's the thing. I wear mine as a badge of honor. We all rocking our fatigue. Yes. It's a badge of honor. If someone said to me, it's like, but they're scum, they're this, they're that. I'm like, they're broken souls as well. I said, but here's the thing. A lot of people that I haven't made it, they didn't make it because they couldn't handle it. See, God doesn't give you anything that you can't bear.
Yes.
So it just takes the time. It takes the time. There's a time and a place for everything. It's like, okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Because I got work for you to do. Are you ready? See, but you can't. Here's the thing. I told, because I'm also a teacher, same thing. And I said, you know what? Right now, I'm in student mode. I'm in student mode. So that's why I'm a little mellow as well, because I'm in student mode. Because in order to teach, you first got to become a student. You must learn. You must learn. You must learn. You must learn as much as you can so that way you can teach effectively and get the message out purposefully, intentionally, because those are the seeds that you sow. That's how the army is built. That's how the kingdom is raised. You don't have to say you build in kingdom. You build it by just doing and being you. How about that?
Yes.
Just be you. Just be you. Just be you. So, Queen, thank you for gracing us and allowing us and showing us how to adjust our crown. You're quite welcome. You're quite welcome. You brought it. I was like, it's time. That's all I had to put was it's time. Okay. Because now that made sense that we had to kind of let it all sit in. So now it's like, now we know. Now we really, really know. We thought we was on fire before. Now we really need to be feeling it in the belly, in our belly. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling it in my belly. I'm feeling it in my gut.
Young baby's sleeping. It's time to give birth.
It's time to give birth on this bad boy. I'm trying to tell you. And guess what? This crown don't even feel that heavy no more. How about that? Because I done adjusted. And I know how to carry it. My back is straighter. Like I can carry this weight. Proudly. With a badge. With the army, God's army. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Queen. Oh my gosh. Thank Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank
you guys.
Listen, so there ain't anybody out there named Linda. If it is, if it isn't, it is now. Listen, Linda. We got some words. And I think this is like, and it's not, I think, I know when Spirit gave this to this queen that it was intentional. And I see it laid before us exactly how it's supposed to be. Exactly how it is supposed to be. So, but before I tell you about this next diva queen, I'm gonna call her a diva queen, but the diva is going to be something different. It's not what you think. It's not because she's divine. she has an intention behind her. She's victorious, right? And her essence just glows and is magnified like anybody else's that you will ever meet, because she rocks her truth, right? See, but here's the thing. So we're not just going to adjust our crown. So all of us, let's adjust our crowns. Let's adjust them, But also, if you have jewelry on right now, ladies, I need you to take them off. Because guess what? Additional accessories, it's not required. You see, when our sponsor, when she pulled her hair back, you see that beauty that just radiated before she even put the stuff on her face, because none of the accessories are required. It's a pleasure to be able to tell you about who's going to bring us this next message. Mary Kennedy Selena K from Gary, Indiana, a kingdom citizen, joint heir, daughter of the Most High, a queen. I had to just leave it at queen because she's much more, but I had to leave it at queen. Recreator, host of Rock Truth, LLC and subsidiaries. Her passion is just him. It's just him. Which means to be about lawful management of her father's business, his kingdom colonization and reformation firm, in efforts to reclaim his nations back to him in accordance to his original mandate and will. Revealed in Matthew 6:10. His kingdom come, his will be done in us, on earth as it is on heaven, via obedience to law agape, his love. Bringing to the virtual stage our queen, Miss Selena K. Can't hear you, queen. Can't hear you, queen. I wanted to hear your yes.
Yes. Hold up. I see Doc in the background. Like this conference is super de duper amazing. Like just to, hear everybody speak. It's just crazy how things are just different off the paper. Let me turn my light down and adjust it properly. We're making adjustments, right? Hold on real quick. I think I done got it too dark. Okay. Is this okay? Just a second. Okay, we're gonna start it. We're gonna start it here. Yeah. So yeah, this has just been seriously amazingly dope. Thank you everybody for accepting the invitation to do the conference along with us. I am truly honored. You guys have really you guys have really completed the assignment. That was set before us. Everybody, just like Miss Carolyn said, in your being. That's it. Like, religiosity attempts to make this out to be more than what it is, and it's not. He designed us to simply be. And so I am honored. I am forever grateful to share this platform with you, queens. I thank you all. I love the poetry, Miss Fantasia. I mean, the heart, from Miss Sheena Gadan. Like, it's just it's amazing when God connects you with people via him. You don't know. You would think that all of us knew each other for years, or now we know him by him. I mean, we know each other by him. You know what I'm saying? We know each other by him, through him. Like he connected us all with his spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just an amazing thing to be a part of such a how can I say, such an amazing journey and lifetime journey on his mission for his namesake. And so let me go ahead and get up in here because they have set the stage for adjusting that crown and understanding when those additional accessories are not necessary. And so let's go ahead and get on in this, queens. Riddle me this. Why are you naked on Facebook? Why you busted open for the gram? Why you gotta do it for the vine? Are you aware of your audience, the Rock True Vine? And by what authority? If you don't own you, who then authorized you to expose his body to the world? Straight up naked, coining it self-care and doing you. Who authorized you to do you, boo? Tell me, sis. By what authority do you have the right to do even you? We supposed to be doing him. This ain't about us. Showing off because you thinking it's a trend. Womb, man. Let me break it down for you again. You know I'm only saying because I'm truly rock true, genuine. Don't be a hard rock. Cheap when you really are his gem. Valued far more than rubies. Question is, where are you being bought or publicly traded? Are you his model or merely on display? There are far too many transactions and not enough purchases. Show me them receipts, queen. Nah, you can't. Because Rock True Kings don't pay to play, so we playing ourselves. Are you being bought or publicly traded Bitcoin? And if so, where? Where can we find you, sis? Send me your location. Mall, kiosk, or Jared's. Did you know every kiss begins with K? Note to self, when it comes to best marketing practices, you best be sure you selling what you advertising. So what you advertising, queen? When you posted them pics with your butt out, or the one squatted in that short dress, or the one displaying your chest, or the one with those seductive eyes, and the one that's trending, what you advertising, queen? Says one night only, expecting a lifetime. So you telling me naked is now the poster child for self-care? Out of here. Self-care equates mastering singleness, raising his standard in your life, adapt and adjust. There are far too many casualties of war and way too much friendly fire. We hindering each other with tolerance and acceptance by lowballing and bargaining what was placed under our care yet belongs to us not. You are a steward and a manager of you. So again, I say, who authorized the deal? Who authorized you to lower you for attention and clout? Who gave you the green light to go on sale? See, this type of mentality stems from a lack of knowing who you are and to whom you belong. We suffer from the biggest identity crisis in history. No one is themselves. We think we got to rock Nike to just do it, but not so if he just did it. Not when he declared it finished in you. Get coached. Don't do anything for clout. Additional accessories are not required when you realize you are his accessory and his accessory of choosing. There's a song that says, I shall wear a crown when it's all over. Everybody love that. I used to love that too. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. However, it is a song that is theologically incorrect. First and foremost, the crown you are given, and let me just go ahead and point that out because we like to do that. We love to do that. We love to sing songs that sound good, but they ain't sound. Align that. She was talking about that earlier, spiritual will alignments. That includes the songs you sing. Assure that they're properly aimed at him, not you. You ain't here for you. You here for him. Let me find where I'm at. The song is usually sang at a Baptist funeral near you. However, it is theologically incorrect. First and foremost, the crown you are given is not to be worn by you. It's an offering. The crown is to be cast at his feet, not for fashion or bragging rights. Second, the crown is now, not when you cross this here Jordan. The crown is now and the crown is you. So make him an offer he can't refuse, which is his promises regarding you back to him. Death to your superficial prayer list. Cast yourself at his feet. Repent. Change your mind, heart for his kingdom. You can't enter like this. He ain't going. Clothe yourself holistically in his word, in your right mind. Your attire attests to your mental capacity, all while you testify in front of the church. Miss me with these microphone ministries serving no one but self. Stop trying to cover yourself, sis. The more you cover, the more we see. Permit him to cover you. Leave the fallen behavior in its season yesteryear. Turn from the Greeks' way and turn to him again. Turn to his will, his way. Don't shift. It's written nowhere. Go back. Look in the mirror for yourself. Look in the mirror this time in Rock Truth. No more dominant eye to dominant eye. Your view is marred and you waste time correcting what God and the heavens declared as good, God, and in his image. You ain't tricking no man by tricking yourself into believing you were treated, not the trick. And you become a stumbling block unto our brothers, unto our kings. Woe unto you. Whether you believe or not, we're all infected and affected by each other's weather. Even if you're a climate by yourself, your temperature is influenced by external factors. So whether you see his value in you or not, everyone is infected by your spiritual blindness. And that disease ain't got nothing on corona. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. So sis, adjust his crown. Recognize that you don't own you. So you can't one day show up and decide to plan against him. AdJust you. Stop trying to be like everybody else. You look like everybody else. Your pictures look like, and your hair like everybody else. Stop trying to be like everybody else. One of y'all is insignificant. God needs you to be you in effort to attract certain folks to him for his name's sake, not yours. Also display and carry your kingdom ID. You're God enough to be. Know who you are, his, simply and to know who you belong. Stop chasing. Get in position. Stop asking for things you're ill prepared to handle. Stop seeking miracles, you wicked and adulterous generation, and seek kingdom management strategies. Stop. Just admit it already. You've mismanaged all he gave. Stop asking for a man while broken, unfocused, and still pulling your panties down like a little girl. Follow his word over what you crave, or rather who you crave. Follow formula. If you seek him, seek his right, seek his kingdom, seek his righteousness, he will add all unto you. And if it fails, it's on him. Place yourself back under the subjection to his law. Love. That includes forgiveness and restoration, because folks like to stop at forgiveness and they don't like to put people back into the original position in which they were in prior to failing them. But that's what Christ did for you. Place yourself back under subjection to his law. Love. It warrants your guarantee and your safety. Follow the formula without omission or adding to for kingdom cultured success, and consider yourself sustained. Obey his law. Love. Experience his lifestyle. The kingdom high life. Get kingdom cultured. Rock his truth for the life he gave you. Adjust his crown. AdJust him to your life. He equips you. Everything God created, he built in all that's necessary for its functioning. He hid the chair in the tree and himself in you. So rock true. Peace.
I need all the microphones now.
All the microphones.
I need all the microphones. Look, look, let me fix your crown, Queen. You like man, yes. Everybody behind stage, awesome. Yes, man. Look, each other's weather. Like, this is beyond 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, 6 times dope. Like, yes, like it's you. You know, like who are you trying to be? Because we already heard everybody else is already taken. So why are you trying to be a copycat? Like, everything looks the same. Everything is the same. Like, it's the same. It's the same. It's the same. And so, but then you may look different on the outside, but then you changed your inside to match your outside. But lose weight. Yeah, we have, that's okay. We have our moments when we feel ourselves. We all do. We be feeling ourselves. We feel ourselves. See, but then we got to get to the realization of we were blessed to be able to get to that place and that point, because we had the discipline. We was able to find the God within us, with that light within us, because it's our temple, right? This is the temple. So then you need to treat it accordingly, right? But when it's on display, how is it going? Like you said, what's the message, right? There's nothing wrong with being confident.
Come on. It ain't
with being confident. But you can do it in so many other different ways.
Yes, sis.
So many other different ways. And where it can have grace, and it can have poise, and it can have beauty. It doesn't matter. You can wear a bathing suit. You can wear this. You can wear whatever. You can come out in pajamas. You can come out in your I'm sorry. If any of y'all watch Bob's Burger, I'm sorry, I do. Y'all can come out there with the pajamas on, with the little ear thing, looking real crazy, but you can make that thing look real good. You know why? Because your crown is still always on your head, and your crown is going to always pull you up. Your crown is going to always make you walk. So you're going to walk like that no matter how they say, I woke up like this. Yes. I woke up like this. I woke up like this because it's required. The accessories are not required.
Come on, sis.
But the light is.
Nah, sis.
And then the world has tried to dim it by doing all the things to us.
Yes. Yes, sis. Yes, sis. You hit it. It's common theme.
But God.
Yeah.
But God.
Yes, Lord.
Put us all together. All this was in divine order.
You see this?
All this was in divine order. I was like, You funny guy. You funny.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
Talk about a knee slap. Talk about a knee slap, man. Man, this is a dangerous thing. See, here's the thing. See, the adversaries was like, all right, you know, I don't want y'all to get this out.
Come on, you already know.
But we're gonna get this out by any means necessary.
Yes.
By any means necessary.
Yes.
Even with the, you know, with the things going in and out and whatever, we still listen, just come listen, weeble wobble, but I don't fall down, pop right back on up. See, here's the thing. If they say your comeback, what is it? Your setback is a setup for your comeback. But watch this, queen. Your setback is really truly a setup.
Come on, sis.
For your snapback. It's about that snapback.
Yes.
It's about that snapback. It's about getting right back up. It's about getting right back into position. It's about being right back with being aligned. It's about being right back with your purpose. It's about being right back with being your queen. It's about right back with addressing that crown. It's about being right back. Like you're not letting nothing hold you down. Don't let it hold you down. You're gonna bring it right back.
Yes.
Right. Let me hear everybody point in the chat. When you say right back, like we're gonna put this thing right back. Right back in order the way it was already designed and destined for us to be, since we were a child. Yes. And so when she said that, I'm like, you're right, because I remember saying I wanted to be a teacher, and I remember doing stuff as a teacher and saving all my books, and I pretending to be school with me, myself, and I, because I was the only child. So no judgment, y'all. So I had all my Barbies and I played school because I wanted to be a teacher, and here it is, I am a teacher, right? I am a teacher. See, we are in this time right now. I'm gonna break this thing down so clearly. Y'all gonna be like, whoa. So check this time out. You talk about some, this all this stuff ain't got nothing on this corona thing, right? So watch this. Life is different than what we've ever known. It's time. Remember, we said when we heard it's time. It's time for us to do what is required for us to do. Because everything prior to 2020, which was like, that was supposed to be the big millennial year. That's supposed to be the amazing thing, like all these new changes. Yeah, things changed already. It's supposed to be the year of clear vision. Oh yeah, we got vision all right, right? Mm-hmm. See, but everything that happened prior to 2020 is BC.
Come on, sis. Come on,
BC.
Sis. Come on, sis.
BC. So we know, for us believers, BC, before Christ. Everything that happened on the earth before Christ. Our world has drastically changed before Corona. That's our BC. We are in the in-between time.
Yeah.
Because whenever this thing ends, then we will start anew. So we got to be prepared, because then that is going to be our AD.
Come on, sis.
Our AD is when the calendar started all over, because that was after death. See, but it's going to be after this disease. Y'all ain't picking up what I'm dropping.
Yeah.
That's where we at now. So it's required. It's required. So we had so many, what the world would say were broken souls on here tonight. The ones who are going to listen later. But I'm going to tell you, it was intentional. It's all in how you perceive it. It's all in what you do with it. It's all in your mindset. We heard all these nuggets. Go back and listen. Like, listen. And let it sit in. So that way you truly understand your value, your purpose. That you are the queen. You are a queen. You are a queen. Because you are the crown. He gave it to you for a reason. Many are called, but only a few are chosen.
Come on, sis.
Many are called, and only a few are chosen. So if you're wondering, like most of us have these burning desire, like there got to be more. That's because that's that whisper, because it's those angels that's never left you telling you there's more. You just got to believe it
Yes,
and
Lord.
know and understand there's more. But you can't get to the more when you're covering up with all the accessories.
Come on, sis.
Whatever the accessories may be.
Come on, sis.
Right? Whatever.
Yeah.
You fill in the blank. It's not
Yeah.
required. What's required is that you just be you.
Come on, sis.
Because pretty hurts.
Yes.
Because we don't understand that we have an all purpose to our life.
She bought flour.
And we got to add just enough of it in this ingredients that's going to give us the right combination, the right molecules, the right thing. Listen. That's how we going to adjust from the way we were to the way we're supposed to be. Unstoppable. Fearless. Man. That's all I can say is, woo. This has been such an honor and a blessing to be on this, to be on here, with the like. So we still want to send our shout out to our queen, Evelyn. We're praying for her and keep her in your prayers. Yes, Evelyn. Yes. Tamoya, Brian for bringing us Pretty Hurts. Ira, Warren for purpose, and give us out to Ira with our gear.
Yes. Come on, sis. Form.
Boom. Yeah. Right? Justina helping us to adjust.
Yes, Lord.
Dana helping us to adjust you. Now who? You. And then Octavia, she told just add you. Just add a little bit of you. Just add a little bit you. Add a little bit you. Add a little bit you. Then our sponsor had to tell us, it's about your self-care.
Come on now.
Self-care. You got it all as part of it. Because if you're not right on the inside and the outside, you're not right.
Yes.
And then we had those words. There's so many words that she gave us in that poetry. It was insane.
Yes.
Fantasia. Yes. She dropped all the mics for us.
Yes, she did. Fantasia. Come on.
And Shanice.
Come on through there, queen.
And Shanice helping us to adjust.
I'm sorry, I had to unmute that. She came through, baby.
Adjust your crown.
All through there.
Adjust your crown. Look, I got to go back up into some of my notes here. Don't put your crown down. Like, no. You got to adjust it and keep it moving. And then now that we understand that, we know that the accessories are not required.
No,
that's that kind of naked. You have to come before the throne, just as you are, being just you.
Yes,
we came into this world without anything. We're going to go out in this world without anything. All the things that we have or do not belong to us. We just are borrowing it. He's allowing us to lease it.
Come on,
but there's a price to lease something.
Come on.
So what value are you putting on the things that he's allowing us to have? Because remember, we heard Justina say, if you didn't get accepted for that loan, it just wasn't your time yet. Because maybe you wasn't putting in the right type of value to what it is you thought you were supposed to get. You thought it was automatically supposed to be given to you. Not everything. Because there's some things that we have to earn. Just like he's our father. Father knows best.
Come on,
sis. Give us what's required.
Yes.
And when we prove, he gives us a little. He's going to give you a little. He's going to trust you with a little before he give you a lot. Because he got a lot for us. He got plenty for us. But it's all about our due diligence. It's all about our behavior. It's all about how obedient we are going to be. And what are we going to do? Are we going to be the prodigal son or daughter? Still going to love us, but why go down that path if we don't have to? And look at all the souls that will be left behind because we chose to take a different path.
Come on, teach, sis.
Look how fast you could have got saved if someone else chose a different path. So now that you know, when you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
We got to let a lot of this stuff go. Adjust your crown, queens. Adjust your crown. Wear your crown proudly. Wear your crown proudly. And I'm so honored and thank you for allowing me to share this platform with all of you beautiful queens.
Absolutely.
So from what I'm understanding, we got a close out from Rosemary and to Larry. So if they're here, have them pull them up.
It's just their song. I'm trying to pull it up right now. So
all right.
Back to that. All right, y'all. Be
All
lit,
right.
live, stay true, be you always. Rock true, queen.
Rock true, rock true.
Absolutely nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Hey, Larry. Shout out to Janae Inc.
Over the rainbow, way up high. First things first, I'll start with the verse. Cool sneaks, t-shirt, press play, no rehearse. Chilling in my zone, just trying to make it home to a place where I can go, and I know that I belong. Song after song, turns out I was strong, trying to fit in like some cheeks in a song. Knowing I meant to stand out, not looking for a handout, and down and out and turned around, and it don't last for long. And this is my awakening, contouring the reshaping of the person I was and wanted to be. When it all boils down, when I'm left with the dream, and I'm so amazed with what I can do. I'm not afraid to lose. It's my talents that I choose, and you'll be amazed. It can work the same for you, no matter what you're going through. I'm here to say you can do it too. Don't give up on your dreams. God provides for me. Don't give up on your dreams. God provides for me. Sometimes it feels like it ain't gonna be right from the door. Can't fight, don't fear. Just wanna lay down on the floor. But in times like this, if you had one wish, you'd wish for 30 and wish for 30. In news like this, you will surely miss your opportunity, maybe more. First, you gotta seize the day on the way to finding your way. Make haste, there's no time to play. You'll be okay. And you'll be amazed with what you can do. You're not afraid to lose. It's your talents that you choose. And I'll be amazed with all you can do. It worked for me and you. I'm here to say I wasted it. Don't give up on your dreams. God provides for me. Yes. Don't give up on your dreams. God provides for me.
And he provides for you too.